guess what you could suggest is Cabral intentionally standing there.
Welcome to Instant Replay for MLS Match Day 13. I'm your host, Andrew Wiebe, and as always, we're taking a closer look at the most controversial refereeing decisions in Major League Soccer. We start in Colorado with a play that had Rapid supporters hopping mad. 26th minute in a first half that saw 3 goals chalked off for Colorado. 2 of them were offside calls on Hafa Navahu, and they were both absolutely spot on. Screenshots, please, producer Phil. Okay, now let's take a look at the third. Quick free kick taken by the Rapids. Big switch over the top of the San Jose defense, but look, right there in the middle of the play, Kevin Cabral. There's contact on the San Jose defender, and he goes down. Fast forward the play, Omir Fernandez scores, and the Rapids are pretty happy here until it goes to video review. Jeff Gamble sends Natalie Simon, the referee, to the monitor, and Simon says, no goal, offside. Here's the part of the show where we educate you on a bullet point in Law 11, the offside law that you may not have known about. A player is judged to be offside if they are moving from or standing in an offside position, are in the way of the opponent, and interfere with the movement of the opponent toward the ball. Number 1, clearly Kevin Cabral is standing in an offside position. He is also in the way of an opponent, and he interferes with the movement of that opponent toward the ball. The question is, does it impact the opponent's ability to play or challenge for the ball? And for me, yes. I agree with Natalie Simon and Gamble. I think Cabral knows exactly what he's doing in this situation. He's setting a pick. He sees the quick free kick being taken, and he's not going to move out of the way of a recovering defender. For me, good spot, good call, no goal. To hell is real we go. 51st minute of a scoreless game. Lucho Acosta going in on Alexandre Matan, and Matan goes down in the box. The Crew won a penalty. No penalty is the call on the field from referee Guido Gonzalez Jr., and no review is initiated. But for me, this is a foul and a penalty. Matan gets the touch around Lucho, and while you might call this shoulder to shoulder, I think Lucho's a little more out of control than that. I would also point out there is clear contact, not just between the shoulders, but also the bottom half here. Lucho's legs, for me, make contact with Matan, and it's enough to take him down. For me, that contact and the fact that he's beaten and out of control, as well as a little bit late, makes this a penalty I would have liked to see called. How about 2 really good VAR interventions in Red Bull's Revs? First, that handball call on Kessler. It wasn't called on the field by referee John Freeman, but Jose Carlos Rivero spotted it, and we're spotting it right now. You can see the ball hit Kessler's arm. That arm is raised and away from the body, an unnatural position for me, and it's stopping a cross that's headed towards Red Bull's players arriving in the box. Well done to the refereeing crew on this one, and well done in the 90th minute. Giacomo Vrioni is onside, though the flag was up and it was called offside on the field. Look down the line. Not only is Vrioni even or behind, in my opinion, the ball, he's also even or behind the second to last defender. Good spot, good goal. Now to Cascadia, where Phil Neville was really frustrated by the first goal the Portland Timbers gave up. Not with the defending, with the lack of an offside call. Look closely as Christian Roldan strikes the ball right in the middle of the field. There's Jordan Morris recovering from an offside position. The question is, did Morris get back in line with the second to last defender? For me, he looks even with the second to last defender, and the AR is right on that line looking down it. This is a situation where I want to see the flag stay down. It's that close. And once it stays down and the goal stands on the field, it must be clearly and obviously offside. And for me, this is nowhere close. I think this one was by the book by the refereeing crew, and I agree with the outcome. We got 3 plays to look at in Philly. Orlando in town, 61st minute. And yeah, you see it right there. Nico Lodeiro has his arm sticking out and the ball hits his hand. That's an unnatural position, just like the Kessler play. A Philly player is waiting behind him. Good spot by the VAR, Michael Radchuk. And another good spot by Radchuk in the 74th minute. Damian Lowe knows. Come on, a red card, he says to Tim Ford, the referee. I touched the ball. I won the tackle. And as we see on the replays, Lowe did indeed do that. The red card is rescinded and Lowe stays on the field. And I know Orlando fans didn't like this one in the 86th minute, but I think this is a foul by Angulo on Harriel. The crucial part to me is watch as Harriel leaves his feet to attempt to head the ball. That outstretched arm from Angulo clearly throws Harriel off and pushes him out of the play. For me, that's a push and a foul. Good call on the PK in my opinion. Interesting play in Atlanta. DC United in town. Christian Benteke is going to slam in a goal with his head. That was a theme on the night. But Alejandro Mariscal, the VAR, spotted something in the attacking phase of play. It's a handball, potentially here, on Christian Dahome. Mariscal sends Dickerson to the monitor, and Dickerson takes a long look and says, no handball, call in the field stands. That's a good goal. And I agree with that decision from Dickerson. First of all, I'm not sure this handball occurs in the attacking phase of play. It is all the way back in DC's end, and watch as DC pass the ball backwards or sideways twice. Second of all, I'm not sure this is a handball in the first place. Dahome certainly knows nothing about this, and I think his arm rises up as part of his natural gait as he looks to avoid contact with Sabo Lobojanice. So for me, the combination of both those things, I think good goal, no handball is the right decision. It's definitely the right decision by Soren Stoik of the VAR in the Toronto-New York City game to call a handball on Matty Longstaff. He sends Lucas Spala to the monitor, and Spala calls the handball and penalty. You can see it pretty clearly right here, folks. Just because it deflects off Matty Longstaff's belly does not mean it cannot be a handball. It's all about the action of the arm and the position of the arm. For me, away from the body and then being drawn in toward the ball. That's an easy call. Handball, penalty. And we leave you with these scenes from the very same game. The post-game kerfuffle that had everybody talking both on the field and in post-game press conferences. You can hear our take on MLS wrap-up on MLS Season Pass. In the meantime, I'm not wading into this thing, but I gotta guess the disciplinary committee will. Stay tuned to MLSsoccer.com for any news updates on this play and any others from the weekend. And with that, we're out of here. Big thanks to my producer and editor, Phil Levanco. To my refereeing Sherpa, Rich Hernandez. Yeah, he produces and he edits as well. I'm Andrew Wiebe. We'll see you next time.